Oh my God, I thought I was live the entire time. I am
Oh
so sorry, everyone. I am so sorry. I said a whole bunch of things, and I don't think any of you heard that. Back to what I was saying, it is March 1st. I apologize for this. It is March 1st. And I was talking for 2 minutes and I thought that I was live. So I do apologize for that. As I was saying, we have the Miss Asha Ntim today, as she is going to introduce her PowerHer Conference. I was just giving a blurb about going to www.fluentradio.com to listen to me. Now you probably can hear me on there. And if you are on YouTube or on Facebook, hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button. Follow your girl. All right, Miss Asha, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm so happy to be on your show and to be a part of your platform in any way. I'm super excited about that.
Yes, I'm excited that you're on here today, and we are going to talk about the famous, the luxurious, or luxurious, or fun-filled weekend PowerHer Conference 2023. So, actually, what is the PowerHer Conference?
So, the PowerHer Conference is a celebration of Black womanhood. So, it's womanhood in all its forms, no matter how you think of that. We're celebrating you if you are any kind of Black woman. So that is what the conference is about. What it actually is, it is a paint and sip on Friday night. It is a beautiful kickoff with live performances. It is 5 rounds of workshops that are all about either leveling up, the matters of the heart, or self care, which are all topics that are really hot right now, and what Black women are learning and feeding into. This is the space we're in 2023. Like, it's all about getting us together in all shape, forms, and fashions, and loving on us and refilling and pouring on us, and like getting rid of the burnout culture. So those are the 3 topics. And then after we do the workshops and we go up to our rooms and we change and we get fabulous, then we go to our all Black galas. We have 2 galas going on at the same time. One is the Black art experience, and then the other is the Black excellence experience. Black excellence experience will have a keynote speaker, and we're awarding prominent Black women in the community, as well as having live performances from some amazing spoken word artists and singers, all types of beautiful music and art. And then in the Black art experience, it's all of those things except for the keynote speaker and the award ceremony. So the Black art experience is all art. So it's spoken word, it's music, it's visual art. So we're putting all of those things together. So the all-inclusive ticket includes not only the workshops, the paint and sip, the gala, but a comedy show that features Erica Nicole Clark, who is hilarious, Essence Comedy, who is hilarious, and then finally the amazing Lisa Laird. So that we're gonna laugh our hearts out because laughter is good, like medicine,
Yes.
as it says in the Bible. And then, even though it's not like not a Christian comedy show, it's just fun, but it's gonna be real funny. And so after that, we will have basically the after party, which is a pajama jam. So you can come bring your pajamas in your purse, or if you're not staying overnight or whatever, and we're all gonna just dance and play games and have parties and kind of wrap up the conference that way for those who aren't staying overnight. In the morning, Sunday morning, we're going to have a toast over brunch with some mimosas and kind of do our farewell speeches and hugs and everything. So it's a beautiful weekend planned. I hope you will come and spend it with us. It's how many events? It's 5 workshops, 4 events for $150, which is like super cheap. And if that is like more than you can do right now, we will work with you. We have a a link where you can pay partial and like make payments on it toward the event, but all needs to be paid before March 10th. So that is the rundown of the schedule. I can't even begin to name the prominent speakers and panelists that will be in the workshops and leading and speaking because it's like 30 of them. And so it's so many people that you know. So you need to be in the building to support your people and to like learn and grow and have fun. So like what we want the workshops to do is to be not only like educational and empowering and healing, but also fun. So we want to infuse fun in like all we're doing. So you might want to be in those workshops and be at that gala and be at the comedy show. Just be at the PowerHer Conference. It's at Hilton McCormick Place, 123 East Cermak in Chicago. So it's a beautiful hotel. Everything about it is elegant and together. And you just need to be in there. You need to be there.
Awesome, awesome. So why was PowerHer Conference created? Like, let us know the magic behind this event.
The magic behind it. So for me, I was having a conversation with a friend, and what I do on a regular basis is pour into girls age 5 through 18. So we're always giving like life skill workshops and creative arts workshops and mental health and wellness workshops. And then my friend was saying, where was this when we were kids? I wish we had one of these for adults. And so that was where the idea of the PowerHer Conference came from. It's the Chrysalis program, but for grown-ups. So like add a little alcohol at a comedy show and just doing the like 21 and over version of that. And also it's what I needed as a person, as a mom and as a wife, and finding myself like pulled in a million different directions and needing something to refill from all the pouring. And so this is our weekend. We just get our girls together and just enjoy focusing on us. And we deserve to be celebrated as Black women. And I feel like we're not celebrated enough. And so we need to find ways to involve recreation for us specifically, not family recreation, not wife and husband recreation, but something that's just for you. Just for you. And I feel like you deserve that. And I want you to have it. And so we curated, just not me by myself. We have a beautiful team of genius, creative, fun women who decided we are going to give this our all. And so there are a million different aspects, and we've literally thought of everything. There is something for everybody. We have a spa room if that's what you're into. We have a meditation room if that's what you're into. So say you don't want to go to one of the round of workshops, you're tired and you want to take a break, you go journal, you go listen to some soft music, you go get a massage. This is all for you. And so I just feel like if you miss it, it's something wrong with you. Like you should totally. You need like what
the doctor and get a checkup. Like something's not right.
What more do we need to say to sell this thing? I mean, like it sells itself. The tickets are cheap. You get a million wonderful perks. Just give everything that you can think of that would come from a conference, and then just add a whole bunch of swag to that. Like, well, like it's not your mama's conference. This is, you're not gonna get a comedy show at a conference usually, and all these live performances from world renowned, like Kee the poet. Everybody loves, and if you don't know who Kee the poet is, you need to get on YouTube right now and look up Kee the poet, so you will know what you will be missing if you do not show up at the PowerHer Conference. Look up Arrow's Prince of Poetry. Look that up and listen to his work, and then go buy your ticket because you need to. So I'll stop.
Okay. So how can people get these tickets?
Well, you can go on Eventbrite and type in the PowerHer Conference, and those tickets come up immediately. So just click on the PowerHer Conference. It's at Hilton McCormick Place, 123 East Cermak in Chicago. It is March 10th through the 12th. If you cannot spend the night, do not let that stop you from coming. The majority of the activity is on Saturday. So if you want to just show up Saturday morning and do the workshops and stay the whole day, if you can only do part of the day, you only can do the workshops, but you can't do the stuff in the evening, still come. If you can't do the morning because you got something else planned, then do the evening stuff. You can do the comedy show and the gala. So it's literally no excuse. We should see you on March 11th.
Well, everyone, I will be there. So I hope to see you all there alongside with Asha. And I'm so excited about this. I did put the link in the comments for if you want to pay in full or pay in installments. So make sure you click that link and purchase the tickets. This is the objective, right? Purchase the tickets, be inspired, have some fun, let your hair down, and you be the main focus for an entire weekend. How awesome does that sound?
You deserve it. You deserve it.
Yes. Anything else you wanna add about the conference or anything?
I could talk about this all day. I don't want to take up all of the time. We have other topics. I'm just saying, please get your ticket. And nothing I can say is going to really give you the totality of what you will experience when you come. So I need you to take my word for it. I need you to buy the ticket, and I need you to show up, and I need you to bask in this because you've never experienced anything like it. I promise.
Okay. I love that. Well, thank you, Asha. By the way, this is my best friend from over 20 years, but thank you. I'm talking to her like it's so professional.
Trying to keep it professional in here.
But thank you for coming in and letting us know all about it. We have been advertising this for a couple of weeks, so it's good to put a face to the name and actually hear from the source, like all of the goodness that they're going to experience next weekend. So thanks for stopping by. I really do appreciate it.
So happy. It's an honor to be on your show. Thank you so much. Keep listening to Be Your Own Kind on every platform: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Get in tune. Thank you.
I love it. All right, love. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye. I love that. And we're just gonna, you know what? We're gonna keep in with the PowerHer spirit and play an ad right quick, advertising it just a little bit longer. Want to know your why the PowerHer Conference.
My reason is because I need this. I need to have a weekend where I can learn something, I can be refilled, I can be healed of like different trauma I've experienced. I can talk to licensed therapists, all included in this price. And then I can go to a show, a comedy show. I can have delicious food. It's everything I love wrapped up in one weekend for one tiny price. And it's like all of my favorite things together that I'm sharing with other people. So it's like, what do I love? I love poetry. I love art. I love music. I love healing. I love therapy. I love God. And all the things that bring me joy and bring me healing and refill me when I'm empty. I'm putting them all together in a specially curated package so I can give it to the Black women in the Chicagoland area and beyond.
Okay. So the main idea is get your tickets for the PowerHer Conference. You heard Asha. She thoroughly described all of the wonderful things that's going to happen. Plus, you saw the ad. Plus, the link is in the comments. Once again, like I always ask, just click the button. I did have an intro, so I'm going to replay the intro because, you guys didn't hear it because I didn't click the button. So let me start the intro over, and we're going to get into something.
I'm not can't afford to not record.
Welcome to the BYOK Live, where we discuss the trending stories, strangest dilemmas, and real life topics. Okay now, lovelies, let's get into some things. Okay, so I played that earlier, but I didn't click the button. I was really talking to myself. Actually not. I have my TikTok friends over here to my left that is just keeping me company. So yeah, then I realized I wasn't connected. So I do apologize for that. So let's just get this party started. For those listening on Fluent Radio, welcome, and sorry that you missed the first part of the show. For those that want to listen to me on Fluent Radio, go to www.fluentradio.com, or you can hit YouTube, or you can go to Facebook, wherever you are. Thank you for being here with me tonight. So we're going to get into our first segment, which is Sunshine.
Daydream. I fell asleep beneath the flowers.
Okay. I like to start everything on a positive note because why not? So we all know this is Women's History Month. This is the month where we can highlight all of the women that inspires us, that we personally know, someone in the world, whatever the case. This is the month to celebrate us, and you don't have to be like a prominent figure or where everybody can know. It could be someone like my mom is like the best inspiration to me, and it could be someone that has like touched you. It could be because we all got history, right? So it doesn't matter how many people know about us, how renowned we are. We're special to someone, and someone is special to us. So on this month, celebrate those women that have inspired you and that have pushed you forward. And don't forget to celebrate yourself if you're a woman, because once again, you have history too. So I want to get into Solange because she's everything. And this excerpt was amazing.
A Black woman, so the work will
let me
always be through the lens of a Black woman.
So you can hear from the beginning. What?
Woman, so the work will always be through the lens of a Black woman. I think we the most poppin' one. But I am a Black woman, so the work will always be through the lens of a Black woman. I think we the most poppin' one.
Yes, and I do agree with that. She's still talking. Yeah, I do agree with that. Like, we are the most popping ones. We are out here popping. We are out here. I just looked up last week that there is an influx and an increase of Black women entrepreneurs. So we're out here doing our thing. Like I said, we're out here creating history. We're out here creating legacy. Yes. So celebrate you as well. So the next happy thing for the day is congratulations to Jaylene Seberg. She received the Chadwick Boseman Memorial Scholarship. It will cover her for 4 years of schooling at Howard University. Let's give her a hand. I feel like always on social media, like the negative is highlighted, but never the positive. So I just want to say congratulations to her. Rock it out in college, especially if it's for free, and you don't have student loans. What a blessing. What a blessing. Congratulations. And rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. Rest in peace. Before we get into our next segment, we're going to get some commercials going, and I'll be right back. Wait, no, we're not going to do a commercial. We're going to keep going. So we're going to start with Kee with Ree. I forgot. I reset my schedule. So this is what I'm always telling people, like, who is on social media. There are a lot of people getting scammed on social media thinking that they're talking to an actual celebrity, and they are not. They are not talking to an actual celebrity. And how do you know? Because it's not an actual celebrity. If it doesn't have a blue check, check the profile, you can tell if it is the fake person. Go to Google and see if this is the original handle for their YouTube or their Twitter or whatever it is. Like, just pay attention to that. So unfortunately, this young woman believed that she was engaged for Omarion. She had been talking to this Omarion persona online for years. She's giving him money, all types of things. And so I wanted to just highlight how careful we need to be online, because like non-celebrities aren't who they say they are. So definitely these celebrities aren't who they say. These non-celebrities are not whoever they're portraying to be. So anyway, let's get into this.
That's the truth.
And let's reset this.
The manager wants me to pay $3,000 to meet him.
His manager wants you to pay $3,000 to meet someone that you're engaged to.
Right.
He asked me to marry him last year.
Right. Does that sound logical to you?
No, it doesn't. That's why I want to find out the truth.
You live where?
In the Bronx.
And he rides his bike and goes to the mall.
Right.
Why have you never met?
His manager wants me to pay $3,000 to meet him.
So does that even
His manager
sound
wants you to
right,
pay
though?
$3,000
I'm just
to
replaying
meet
this.
someone that you're engaged to.
He asked me to marry him last year.
Right. Does that sound logical to you?
No, it doesn't. That's why I want to find out the truth.
You live where?
In the Bronx.
And he rides his bike and goes to the mall.
Right.
Why have you never met?
His
So
It's
this
crazy.
is what Omarion had to say.
manager.
How far these people will go to convince and manipulate my fans to think that they are actually speaking with me. From sending fake driver's license and passports, even FaceTiming them, claiming that there was a bad connection when they never even seen me. I'm so sorry, Simone. I haven't been speaking with you online and we are not in a relationship. You haven't sent me any money. I want everyone to be aware that if someone is online claiming to be me and asking for money, that you are not speaking with me. I will never do that. It's crazy how far these people...
So that's what I'm saying. You have to be more careful. And so I don't know how long she's been talking to him. I don't understand it. But to send $3,000 just to see somebody you're engaged with, I just think sometimes you be a fan of something, of someone, and you just get so excited until you're like, oh, I can't believe that Omarion, is checking for me or whatever. So, yeah, be careful out here. There's somebody getting scammed online every second. Somebody's getting scammed right now. Just be careful. And I'm just going to go to a quick commercial before we get into the next topic. I'll be right back. This episode is sponsored by Betterhelp. People often think anxiety looks one way, but it has many faces and many emotions that sometimes can be overwhelming and daunting. I know about this feeling all too well because at a point I felt powerless to my emotions, almost to the point of drowning in them. So I decided to seek out a therapist to later learn that I have generalized anxiety disorder. If you have been experiencing the same feeling, please know that BetterHelp is here to help. BetterHelp offers licensed therapists who are trained to listen and help you. You have the option of talking with a therapist in a private, online environment at your convenience. There is a broad range of expertise in BetterHelp's 20,000 plus therapist network that gives you access to help that may not be available in under 48 hours. All you have to do is fill out a questionnaire to help assess your specific need, and then you get matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Then you will schedule secure video and phone sessions. Plus, you get to exchange unlimited messages, and everything you share is completely confidential. Thanks to therapy, I learned the tools that I needed to conquer my anxiety and over-obsessive thinking. I did it afraid, and I took that leap to talk with someone, to later learn that it was going to be okay and that I was going to be okay. Please know that you can request a new therapist at no additional charge anytime. Join the 3 million plus people who have taken charge of their mental health with an experienced BetterHelp therapist. And better yet, get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/BYOK. That's betterhelp.com/BYOK, because you deserve it. Okay. Hey, I went to therapy and it changed my life, like totally changed my life. I was able to I don't know, sift through some things, heal through some things, switch perspectives. So even if you don't do it through BetterHelp, I always say at least just trial run a therapist to see, just to get some things out for that one appointment. But I recommend therapy for everyone. But if you want to get 10% off your first month, go to www.betterhelp.com/BYOK. All right, let's get back into the subjects. I was a little distracted, so here we go. So a white student was expelled from Howard University Law School, and he's suing over racial discrimination. Now, this is a long article. I read the whole article, and basically, he was doing a lot of crazy stuff. Like, there was a picture that he posted of a slave. I don't know if you ever seen the picture with the slave that have the whips on his back, like the statue. He was like, I wonder what he did to deserve it. And he made, well, this is right here, this picture right here. Yeah, this is basically what he said. I wonder what but we don't know what he did before the picture was taken. So he was doing all these racial slurs and all this inappropriate appropriate behavior. And so they expelled him from the school. And so he's saying that he was treated poorly, he was racially discriminated against, and I think people were just reacting to his behavior. You know what I'm saying? So, he's just saying because he was white and that's why he was treated bad in the HBCU. But that's why I had to read the whole story. No, he was expelled due to the repercussions of him being inappropriate. So I did read also that a lot of non-blacks attend HBCUs. For number one, it's cheaper. I think that's the biggest thing, and number two, I mean, they're the minority. So I think there are some schools that if you're the minority, you still get a scholarship. Whatever the case, he chose to be in this HBCU, and you think that he would have acted accordingly, but he did not. So now he wants to sue the school, which, if you're wondering what the school is, it is Howard University School of Law. So now he wants to sue them for what? He had a full-blown scholarship too. So I guess he's just, in this point, he's just salty about it. And I don't really think you could press your privilege in this case. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that he was like posting inappropriate tweets and things of that sort, like there's evidence of your ignorance. And so I honestly just don't see him getting far with this at all. Anyway, our last subject is Jordan. What is his name? His name is Michael B. Jordan. I can never remember his name, and this is a really, really popular name, like Michael Jordan. So I don't know if you've heard that one of the radio personalities went to school with him. Two of them went to school with him, and they called him corny in high school. So she decides to interview him on the Creed premiere, and Michael B. Jordan, he didn't forget, basically. And so I'm going to refresh this and go.
Jordan, the director and the star of Creed 3. And, we know each other. We go way back all the way to Chad Science in Newark, okay?
Corny kid, right?
No, I did not say that. Misquoted for sure. No, you did not hear me say. I said we used to make fun of the name, but yeah, he is obviously killing things out here. How is the difference between you actually directing and working with the same people that you were directed with versus?
It was awesome. It's a family vibe. Last nine years of my life, I spent on the Creed films. They're very supportive. Tessa, Felicia, Rashad, Wood Harris, people that see me grow up. And for the fact that I sat behind the camera and finally got a chance to direct them, they love it.
Well, you're not corny anymore. Michael
She said it again. Then she said it again. So there's half and half. So some people think that it was inappropriate for him to talk to her like that. And some people was an advocate for it because when else would he address it? I don't think that, you could tell his energy, like he really didn't want to talk to her, but he had to talk to her because he was there. So I think the whole thing is his feelings was hurt. So, that's why he naturally said something. But on the other hand, did he have to do it right there at the premiere? So that's the half and half. Anyway, I like this point of view from Blue Centric. I love Blue Centric. And so I wanted to read this. And it says, newsflash, men actually have feelings. Yes, even rich ones like Michael B. Jordan. And be clear, this woman shamelessly recounted bullying Michael B. Jordan, and he accurately quoted the use of corny in a conversation where she demonstrated she agreed based on how she used to treat him. So even if she didn't use the exact word publicly, ignoring her years of mean-spirited actions over a single piece of semantics to invalidate his reasonable grievance is dismissive. The real moral of this story, be careful who you talk crazy to, because one is whack, and two, some of us don't forget. Sis trying to have a moment of familiarity with him on the red carpet by saying they went to school together, but wanting to erase how shitty she was at the best selective memory. If you're going to bring something up, own the full story. So what Blue Centric is saying, she didn't issue an apology. She actually bullied him a little bit more and was like, yeah, well, you're not corny anymore. So I think it's just the lack of ownership. But like I'm saying, was that the place for that conversation? You know what I'm saying? Like, do we need to do this, at the premiere? So I don't know if that was the place for it, to be honest for you. But I do understand what she's saying. But she says real accountability doesn't use technicalities to override basic human compassion. Manipulation does. And if any of our mutuals plan to see her soon, feel free to send her this post, because I love to see L'Oreal do better while we still care. And so I get what she's saying, show ownership. But what I'm also saying, like, was the Creed premiere a time to really talk about that? Being bullied myself, I feel like if I come across a bully, I'd speak. I mean, we're not going to be like best friends or whatever, but I mean, depending on the situation, if you want to talk about it, we could talk about it. But I've had, I think one of my bullies tried to friend me on Facebook. I feel like that's too far. I'm not ready for that yet. So I can get him having a little chip on his shoulder. I totally get it. But what do you think about the situation? I don't know. I felt like he don't know when he was gonna see it again, so he called her out on it. I mean, that's basically how I saw that. All right, well, let's get into our next segment of What's the 411? What's the 411? I gotta go. Oh, we have a comment. You're more forgiving than most. Well, thank you, Facebook user. I hate they don't tell me who I'm talking to, but thank you. I don't seem to think so. I think I'll say okay, I'm over it, and then I'll lay in the bed, and then I would be like, hey, wait a minute, and then it'll just start stewing, and then I'm angry all over again. And so then when I go to the person, be like, hey, that hurt my feelings. They're like, hey, I thought that you had let it go. I'm like, no. I pondered and I thought about it a little bit more. So it does take me a minute because I have those emotions up and down. So I don't know how forgiving I can actually be. But she said, I think he did what all of us would have done. Yeah, I just feel like, was the setting appropriate for that? I get it. I'm not invalidating that his feelings was hurt. But here at the Creed premiere, and I guess he put her on the spot because she put him on the spot on a radio show. So I guess he was dishing out what she, did to him. So yeah, I think that's interesting. So speaking of Michael B. Jordan, he's also, he was all up and down the feed this week. So this person from Twitter, courtesy of National Black Guy, says, images of Black men loving on each other seem to make some of us very uncomfortable, which only means we need to see more of it. So a lot of people felt with this picture right here, that this was giving out homosexual vibes. All I'm saying is, there's this thing that there's pushing a gay agenda. I don't know about all of that, but what I do know is it's pushing love. You know what I'm saying? Why should men be uncomfortable of hugging another man or giving props to another man? When have we, here's the thing. I feel like men are raised not to feel emotion, and they're not allowed to cry, and they're not allowed to be affectionate. And then they grow up and they're angry. And just like anybody, if you suppress and you hoard emotions for such a long time, you're going to explode. So what makes a man less deserving of being loved, like, or showing affection to someone that has been there for them, or a friend or whatever? And so people looking at this picture and they just automatically like, oh, they look like a couple. Do they though? Because if this was two women, if this was Taraji and, I don't know, Queen Latifah, I'm just naming people. If this was Taraji and Queen Latifah in this picture, this wouldn't even be a topic. But because it's two black men that's showing, they're showing admiration for each other, all of a sudden it has to be something sexual or something romantic. It's the double standards for me, basically, is what I'm saying. We have another comment. Sometimes we can't care about the setting. We gotta go for it. And I get it. He was ready. He had been holding that in since school. Because here's the thing, I can remember what every bully said to me growing up. I can remember it. And so I can see if he just had like an instant like moment, like, okay, so you think you just gonna interview me, like you ain't said nothing. So I totally get that. I totally understand that. And so back to this, so then they were showing other pictures of, this is LL Cool J, and I think this is Jay-Z, I think. I'm not sure. Then they have Miles, they got the names at the bottom. Oh, they didn't. Miles Davis and Charles Rose. Then we have Portier and Belafonte. Then we have this is Chad Boswick, and this is Michael B. Jordan. And I feel like this was like a tender moment, because did he know that Chadwick was sick? You know what I'm saying? Like, did he know that? And so outside looking in, people can judge that, but you don't know the story behind these pictures or these sentiments, or how these people have actually, been affected, the impact that these people have had in other people's life. You know what I'm saying? So I just think we need to cut it out with the labels. It's annoying. This is joy. You get the point. Like, cut it out with the labels. Cut it out with always having something to say. You know what I'm saying? What business is it? Even if they were in a relationship, what business is it of ours? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it? And so I saw this tweet. I love Twitter. I saw this tweet, and it says, why do black men believe that affection is femininity? It's taught. That's the answer to that. This is exactly why we struggle with relationships and loving our families. Get out of here with the ignorance. All I see here is something beautiful between two brothers, brotherly love. And that is the thing. We got to stop with the titles. We have to stop with the titles. That's all I have to say about that. Like, we just stop. Speaking of stopping, Adidas have come to their senses, and it is alleged that they have teamed back up with Kanye West because they have billions of dollars of merchandise that they cannot sell without Mr. Ye. And so it says Kanye West, courtesy of the Melanin Shade Room, Kanye West and Adidas have allegedly reached an agreement for him to help sell the rest of their Yeezy merchandise. The report says Adidas and Ye have reached an agreement. No new Yeezy branded designs, only selling current Yeezy branded products that Adidas cannot sell without him. No update on future after they're sold, and Pirate Blacks will be one of the first released. So could it be that Kanye will be a billionaire by the second quarter of this year? Possibly. I knew that was going to happen. Yes, I am a diehard Kanye fan, but aside from that, I knew that he was going to make it back to billionaire status. I feel like Adidas didn't want to like separate anyway. It was just they had to. It was a political move. However, they knew that this was probably going to happen, but they're losing billions of dollars. And so they, they kind of forced their hand to, to have to team up with this guy again. So no one's objecting. No one's saying anything about it. So, yeah, I find that kind of fishy because no one's trying to cancel Adidas. So, who knows? All right. And so, I think we're going to go into another commercial, and I will be right What other commercial do we have? Yes, here we go. Here's a good one.
Y'all, it's your girl, Miss Michi, checking in with my girl, Renita from Be Your Own Kind. You know that's my sis. Make sure that you tune in every Thursday to the Blueprint Live at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, live on Facebook and YouTube. And then you can catch me on Fluent Radio, Philly Jams 95.3, Indie 101.5, and Mixed Talk Media. And I'm available anywhere that you listen to podcasts, okay, and your radio shows. So get on it, okay? Let's do this. I love to connect with you and promote what you got going on. Let's get it. If you or someone you know would like to be a guest on the Blueprint Live, visit thebpmediaco.com today.
Okay. That is my partner, Miss Michi. Make sure you follow her on IG at MZMETCHI. I also have the banner, but I'm spelling it because that's how important it is. Make sure that you also go to her shop at www.missmichi.com/shop. Use the code BYOK to receive 15% off. Just like that. Who doesn't love a sale? And shameless plug, if you are on Facebook or YouTube, be sure to hit that subscribe button for me. Thank you. All right, so this is the last What's the 411 before we get into our topic. Yes. All right, so I don't know if you guys have heard of the lip bar owner. It's Black owned, and she is now the top selling cosmetic brand in Target. Talk about that. So before she became that, she was on Shark Tank, and Mr. O'Leary, who they call AKA Mr. Wonderful, was kind of like, nope, it looks like clown makeup. If you don't believe me, let's just go back a little bit. Okay, so I found it. I was looking for it, and I kept looking at it. I'm like, did he say this? And so this is CBS, y'all. So I'm going to have to read a disclaimer because what they not finna do is copyright me. So here we go. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Okay, now that we got that out the way, let's listen to Mr. Wonderful.
Allowance pro tip. Tell your parents to save money on wireless and give you a raise.
Switch to Xfinity Mobile and save hundreds a year with the best price for 2 lines of unlimited. Just $30 a line per month.
She really did. Okay, so here we go.
It's difficult for women of all these different complexions and undertones to find colors that are perfect for them. We decided to create this app where customers can easily log on, create their own custom color from these 10 shades.
How much do I pay you for it?
$32.
This is a new innovation. I can see a massive market share in the clown market.
Kevin.
And that's what he said. He called it a clown market. Now, fast forward, she's killing it. Like, she is the top selling cosmetic brand in Target. And this was I wanted to start with this story. Well, end with this story. What's the 411? Because it kind of transitioned into our topic tonight, which is the mountain you? Is the mountain you? So yes, he planted, doubt in her head, for her not to believe in herself. However, she kept going. And look at her now. She has a successful business. If we allow all the no's and all the rejections to get in our way, we will still be at point A forever. Sometimes you just got to go with it. If you feel it in your gut, if God gave you the vision, run with that. Because he gave you the vision, not the people, not the spectators on the outside. And so before we get into the rest of the topic, so recently, I called him Kevin O'Leary, whatever. Mr. Wonderful. They asked him on the Breakfast Club, oh, you said that the lip bar last night, I think it's Tiffany Butler, you said that she wasn't going to make it. Like, how do you feel about that now? And so I want to play that once again. I'm going to put the disclaimer up there just so I don't get tagged. So here we go. This is the Breakfast Club excerpt.
Why don't you tell them the truth? Your idea sucks. It's going to zero. You're going to go bankrupt unless you stop. Go do something else.
But look, the girls from the Lip Bar were on. They're from Detroit, and they were on the show, and their business has been pretty successful, and they're doing well. They're in Target. They're in all these stores.
They rub that in my face even on billboards.
All the time. Yep, I saw the billboards in Detroit.
What's the billboard say?
It says Mr. Wonderful's wrong.
Yeah, and I just saw those because they had their 10-year anniversary. But that's what I'm saying. Like,
look, I'm proud of them for taking the heat. I'm proud that they're entrepreneurs that are successful. It's a wonderful thing to see that happen.
Mm-hmm.
But they were facing an almost impossible task because going into the cosmetics industry is so difficult to get market share. But they pulled it off. So look, you gotta applaud them. There's no question about it. But that is a tough space because the margins are so high that the competition is brutal. It's just brutal.
So basically you saying, I'm not sorry. I was correct in my assessment. It's hard. It's an anomaly that, she made it as far as she did. Here's the thing. Don't stop believing in you. That's all I want to say. Like, don't stop believing in you. And so congratulations and kudos to her. I don't know why her name is escaping me. So I'm going to look it up right quick because I don't want to just call her the Lip Bar. I want to call her who she is. And I've been reading about it all day and now it's slipping my mind. So Melissa Butler. I know it was Butler. Melissa Butler. So congratulations to Melissa Butler. She's killing it. If you don't know anything about the Lip Bar, go to the site. Now, I'm not getting paid for this, but I do want to highlight someone. This is what I say. This is Women's History Month. So we're going to go about it. So if you go to her about page, I loved what she said. She said, Wall Street expects Shark Tank reject. Trails blaze, bar raised, proudly self-made. She said a rejection on Shark Tank only fueled Melissa's tenacious spirit, motivating her to reclaim power over her own dream. And that's what I love. She didn't let what seemed to be a closed door, and here's the thing. We do have closed doors. Doors will be closed, windows will be shut. But guess what? It's not just one door. It's not just one window. There's another door. There's another window. There's another opportunity. There's another ask. There's another millionaire that can help you. It's, that's just not what God intended. That just wasn't the journey that he set forth for her, So it says she grew the Lip Bar beyond lipstick to TLB, award-winning, maximum impact, minimum effort beauty must-haves for all. So kudos to Melissa Butler for just persevering and just keep going, despite. So that wasn't even part of the lineup, but I think she deserved her flowers. And now we're going to get into the topic of the day, actually of the night. Here's the feature topic. Hey, lovelies, now it's time for the topic of the night. Okay. All right, so the topic of the night is, are you the mountain or is the mountain you? Same question. Basically, what I'm asking is, are you in your own way? Are you your own stumbling block? And so what made me even think of this topic was I was thinking of how there are some things, that I've planned to do, or some goals, aspirations, whatever. And year after year passed, and I'm still there, and I'm still, still moving. Like I'm making movement, but I didn't see progress, which is actually that is the theme for the month. So we're going to be talking about things like this anyway, which I should have started with, whatever. And so I'm like, well, some hurdles, some stumbling blocks are things that you actually can control. And what do I mean by that? You can control how you think. You can control your perspective. You can control your response. Yes, there are a lot of uncontrollables that happen to us in life. However, those are the actions towards the things that we're encountering is within our control. So could our thinking be our mountain? Could our procrastination be our mountain? Could our negative self-talk be our mountain? Are you in your own way? Are you the one talking yourself out of the great idea? And so I don't know, like, what do you feel about that? Like, what are your comments on that? I know I could have, like, when I was thinking about what to say, I was thinking of a lot of things that were within my control that I'd rather just complain about it or be comfortable and not be comfortable with being uncomfortable, which we talked about a lot last episode. So am I going to sit in this fake comfort, which is really just something that's familiar, or am I going to get uncomfortable and do this thing and do this change? And so that's what led me to this. So that's the first question. So the next thing is, are you in ownership of your identity or someone's expectations of you? I thought that was important. Now, where this derived from is this was actually a podcast episode that was posted last Friday, and the interviewee said some of the things that we're holding on to don't even belong to us. How powerful is that? It don't even belong to us. It is something that was told to us as a child, that was told to us yesterday, that was told, like, or sometimes people haven't put any expectations on us, but we have created like what we feel other people expect out of us. Does that make sense? Like, people expect me to be this way, to act this way, to say this, to do that. And so now we've created all of these constructs for ourselves, and we put it off on, well, how would my mother think of me? How would this person think of me? When they haven't put these expectations on you at all. You know what I'm saying? So are your goals yours? Are your dreams yours? Have you ever just in the middle of your movement ask and say, do I even want to do this? Is this something I want to do, or something I think somebody want me to do? Or is this something that I was told that I should do? Especially when you grow up. I'll just use the example of college. You got to go to college. You got to go to college. You got to go to college. There are so many options besides college. I'm not knocking college. I'm very happy that I went. I'm very happy that I graduate. However, that wasn't my only option. It wasn't just the military or college, but I didn't explore any of those because it's either the military or college. And I'm not running nowhere. So I went to college. So, but it's like, what if we actually stopped? And we don't have to wait. It doesn't have to be a special moment. We don't need candles. We don't need to get romantic about it. Just stop and sit for 10, 15 minutes and just say, think of some of the things you're doing, especially the things that are stressing you out, especially the ideas that are stressing you out, and ask yourself if this is something you still want to do. And sometimes we stay in situations, in relationships, in whatever that no longer serves us because, number one, it could be the fear of starting over. Number two, it could be, what will people say? How many people are still in marriages just to prove that their marriage is working? But in reality, it's not working. It's not working. How many people are at jobs to, just to keep the title because they're scared to be titled something else, or they're scared to be in another job. You know what I'm saying? Just because of what people are going to say. What is your why? And here's the thing. Your why could change from day to day, decade to decade, whatever. So something that might have served you a couple of years ago, it may actually not serve you now. And here's the thing. Life is not an audition. If you have a why, let it be a why that you want. Even if it means you have to be reacquainted with your desires, reacquainted with your goals, or even just having a session with God and just praying for vision, your vision. What vision do you have for my life? Because we all have these gifts. We all have these gifts for the sole purpose to fulfill God's purpose, So think about that. Are you the ownership of your identity, or are you just this persona of what you think you should be? Are the ideas in your head really about you, or is it something somebody told you? So, what do you guys have any comments on this? So I, that once again, that was a question of reflection for me myself. Like, am I in ownership of my identity? Can I walk in a room and truly say that I am authentically me? Can I be comfortable with being silly? Can I be comfortable with dancing with no rhythm? Can I just be comfortable with me, or do I have to sit, well, I don't have rhythm, and you get teased if you don't have rhythm. Like I'm telling you, it'd be little stuff like that has ownership of who we are, or that keeps us captive and makes it unwilling for us to be free to who we are. So Hit me with the comments if you got something to say. All right, and so the next thing is, have you depended on your limiting beliefs because they are comfortable? So earlier we talked about being in our being in our comfort zone and not feeling good, being uncomfortable. For instance, it is not comfortable to work out. It is not comfortable to eat right. But will it change my health? Yes. It's learning to make uncomfortability your new thing. That is your new cozy. Being cozy with being uncozy, basically. And so, excuse me. And so I saw this video, this TED Talk from Bevy Smith. She's apparently a friend with Chris Rock. So yeah, so I'm gonna play it, but Fluent, as I play this, we are gonna it's probably going to end, probably gonna keep going before I end it. So I just want to thank you all who did listen in today. Sorry for the technical difficulties today. But you could have been anywhere, but you decided to be here with me, and I totally appreciate that. Please catch me next Wednesday, 9:20 Central Standard Time, 10:20 Eastern Standard Time. And thank you for listening to the show. So we're going to get into Miss Beverly here. And hello, TikTokers. How are you guys doing? Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for watching the show. I appreciate it. All right. So I don't know if this is another one of those copyright moments. I don't know if TED Talk gets you. So I'm going to do this thing again. But okay. So I'm going to get to, I love when people have chapters. That's why I do chapters for mine. But here we go.
I'm extremely limber and very happy. Come to think of it, though, guys, I'm actually limber and happy right now. But I would be lying, and I believe it is against international law to lie during a TED Talk. So I'm not going to do that. And as a matter of fact, my insecurities popped back up as late as last year. I was minding my business, as one does, perusing social media, and I saw people excelling in a space where I, traditionally had a lot of success. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, well, why the hell they didn't call me for that job? And I have this angst. And then I realized they didn't call me for that job because you already said you didn't want that job. You told the universe you weren't into working like that. You don't want a job. I really don't. I'm not into it. So that's why it happened. And what I realized is that intellectually, I had grown and evolved, but emotionally, I was Tom Petty, and I was living in Petticoat Junction. I told y'all that brown doesn't look good on me. Petty looks even worse. It's not my shade. And so what I wound up having to do was really get a grip. I had to assess a few things about myself, and I decided to do a little self-help ritual called take a note, give a note. And it's easy. When you see someone having something that you believe you deserve, you take a note. You ask yourself a few questions. Is it something that you really want? Perhaps that person is better suited than you are for that. Is the universe conspiring for you to have that? Really kind of try and be honest with who you are and where you're at in life. Once you do that, you take a deep breath and you say, their wins have nothing to do with my worthiness.
You hear that? Their wins have nothing to do with my worthiness. It's none of your business.
And then you're ready to give a note. You go on social media and you say, congratulations. Or my personal favorite, you pick up the phone like it's the 20th century and you say, congratulations, kudos, you did that, Al, you go, girl. You do all the things. Instantly, you feel like a better human being because you have actually extended grace. You've extended grace. You've extended grace to someone else. And I believe that when you remove malice from your heart, not only do you feel better, you look better. I think you lose your frown lines and your wrinkles lessen and your age spots disappear. I believe it's better than Botox, extending grace. I do.
I love that. I love that. And not only was she extending grace to the person, she was extending grace to herself. Like, this is something that I didn't even want. So, and then she took a step back to say, what is it that I really want? you know. And so I feel like part of limited beliefs is thinking that you were robbed in life. Like, I'm not deserving of this. This other person is deserving of this. You know, I love this advice, how to stop being a hater, basically. But it's also it's that victim mentality. Like, I don't deserve this. How come this person gets this and I don't? Lord, when is it my time? It's your time now. Just because you're not at the end result, don't mean that you're not in preparation. Doesn't mean that progress is not ensuing. Like, it's progress is happening. You know, I find that a lot of people just be busy. They just be busy for the sake of looking busy, but there's no progress. It's like being on a treadmill. You know, you're in constant movement, but you're not going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? And some people do that for the facade of looking like they are successful. You know, because if I don't look busy, then it looks like I'm not doing anything. And sometimes the best ideas come when you're doing nothing. When I'm sitting in the bed and I'm not on my phone and I'm not on anything, that is when my best ideas like come forth, you know. And so that's still a limiting belief. Like, if I'm not doing something, if I'm sitting still, then I'm not doing anything. I'm not accomplishing anything. And that's not true. That's not true, you know. So if we are depending on our limited beliefs because they're comfortable, let's get uncomfortable. Basically, like, let's get uncomfortable. Are you ready to get uncomfortable? Because I know that I am. I mean, I am getting uncomfortable now, and I'm starting to get used to it. You know what I'm saying? And so the ending of this is, when limiting beliefs are uncharted territory for an extended period of time, they start to process as reality. When resistant to healing and change, you could inadvertently become your stumbling block, because you don't really desire to be your stumbling block. You don't want to be the one in your way. What sucks about that is, wherever you go, you're with you. So if you're your stumbling block, you're constantly tripping over yourself. That's annoying, right? And it's aggravating, right? But sometimes we can live in a certain mindset or a certain situation or be in a certain relationship for so long that we think it's a norm. We think it's a norm to be upset. We think it's a norm to be unfulfilled. We think it's a norm to be unhappy. No, that's just your norm. That's when you decided, hey, well, this is just how it's going to be. It will be if that's what you decide what it's going to be. But if you want it to be different, do the work. Do the uncomfortable work, and you'll look up a month from now. I see so many memes talking about, if you look 6 months from now, if you start today and look 6 months from now, you'll be further ahead than you were, you know, when you started. And I know you like, duh, Renita, but yeah, duh. So let's get started. So I just thought that these were some good questions to ponder, and they actually had me in thoughts as I wrote them, because I'm like, okay, this is making sense, and it's kind of stepping on my toes or whatever. So let's just we have enough stumbling blocks, and we have enough going on, you know, in our world that's out of our control. Let us not be the thing that's getting in our way. Let us not be our worst enemy. So I think I'll close at that. So I just thank you all for coming on the show. Thank you for your patience. There was some things going on in the background, so if I looked a little distracted, I actually was. So I just thank you guys for spending this time with me. Once again, you could have been anywhere, but you decided to just hang out with your girl. And before we go, I just do want to play the PowerHer commercial one more time, and then I will just see you guys next time. And don't forget to be kind to yourself and to be kind to each other. Bye. I just want to know your why. Why the PowerHer Conference?
My reason is because I need this. I need to have a weekend where I can learn something. I can be refilled. I can be healed of like different trauma I've experienced. I can talk to licensed therapists, all included in this price. And then I can go to a show, a comedy show. I can have delicious food. It's everything I love wrapped up in one weekend for one tiny price. And it's like all of my favorite things together that I'm sharing with other people. So it's like, what do I love? I love poetry. I love art. I love music. I love healing. I love therapy. I love God. And all the things that bring me joy and bring me healing and refill me when I'm empty. I'm putting them all together in a specially curated package so I can give it to the Black women in the Chicagoland area and beyond.
All right, you guys. All right, you guys. You know the drill. Go to Eventbrite or look in the comments. Hit that link, buy those tickets, and I really, really, really hope to see you all there. All right, we made it through another live. I will see you guys next Wednesday, and enjoy the rest of your week. And do something that you love, by the way. All right, thank you. Bye.